Good morning, folks. Welcome. And you're doing the right thing, though. Getting to know one another is a key part of this. So we'll try to get you to some of that as quickly as possible. But it's my pleasure to welcome you to this event at the crossroad of capitalism. As you know, downstairs is MarketSite. And NASDAQ moved, in the spirit of what we're doing here and learning, NASDAQ moved the stock trading from paper on the floor into the digital world, making it one of the world's first fintechs. My name is Byron Loflin, and I am vice president here at NASDAQ, and I lead what's called Global Board Advisory, and I founded the NASDAQ Center for Board Excellence. And so on behalf of NASDAQ and our friends at Digital Evolution Institute, thank you for being here. And I'll explain why I'm thanking you. First, I'd like to thank Julia and Chris and the entire Institute team for their work in putting this together. And one of the things I'd like to emphasize about this day is that you have an opportunity. And that opportunity, think about what you're going to do with the information that you receive today. Not just learn, but do. And the digital future isn't arriving anymore. It's here, and it's speeding up. Being a tech-savvy board member is a key attribute to being an effective director. Whether you're on a board as an executive or an investor, your presence here reflects something vital, and that is, and this is what's important to me, governance excellence fuels capitalism excellence. And that is something we need to continue doing in this country as aggressively as possible, is proving that we are a light on a hill for capitalism. And we exist in an era in which this excellence, governance excellence, requires digital and technology fluency. Before the Center for Board Excellence, I was CEO of two companies for over 16 years, and I served on several boards. But before around 2015, if we think back for a few minutes, and we think about the financial crisis, it's important reminders that that's not where corporate governance was. As soon as 2014, corporate governance wasn't where it is today. It's been a significant change. And let's just think a minute, and I'd appreciate a little bit of audience participation. What are some of the areas you've seen change the most? And I'll start with one. So to give you an idea, before around 2010, pretty much everything was done on paper. And think about the inefficiencies of paper in corporate governance. One, cybersecurity is intensely important today, but I picked up a 3-ring binder and chased a guy down the hallway in an airport one day because he left his board books. I won't tell you what company, but it's a company everyone knows. That would be scary today. No telling, and he was going to the board meeting. He was white when I told him this. What are other areas you've seen significant change? Just throw it out. Compliance.
Digital transformation.
Big time in digital transformation. Think about the transformation that's occurred. I mean, we ring the bell downstairs, at least twice a day, and sometimes multiple companies come in. And the amount of tech firms that I learn about downstairs is amazing. So a few others, and I'll tell you one of the ones. How many of you have been on or on a public company today and have completed a D&O questionnaire? So if you're on a public company, you have to complete a D&O questionnaire. That was paper. And I had a person ask me, can you convert this? So I took what was then a PDF and converted it so it's digital. Now it tracks every change for a board member and pre-fills for the next year, so they're double checking. And it's embedded now into our product called NASDAQ Board Vantage, which is a board portal. That's one example of what we've done. Because I came to NASDAQ through my company being acquired in 2019. So one important thing I'll highlight is that you, by being here, and I see this, I go into literally hundreds of boardrooms. I was in one yesterday morning. And you differentiate yourself with digital savvy and expertise. And you can learn that through activities like this today, and then the exchange of information, getting to know one another. You'll find there's these kinds of things on small. We do some of these where it's just 16 people at a breakfast. So, and Chris, help me out here. Today, what is the rough cost of cybercrime to business today?
By the end of 2025, we're projected to be roughly $10 trillion.
Wow, and that's inefficient money. You could say that it circles around and finds its way back into economies, but not efficiently. Yeah. But unfortunately, and if you're in banking, there's a product we have that we're rather fond of today. We acquired this company. It was a Canadian company called Verafin, and I think of it, don't tell the Verafin people I said this, but I think of it a little bit like Pac-Man chasing around the screen, finding the bad guys. And so it's identifying financial crimes, money laundering, and therefore it's helping the policing of areas like human trafficking. Because you follow the money, you'll find the bad guys. So, and I want to give you a little, I like to connect history so that we remember where we were and we solidify commitment to where we need to go. And I've always believed that the future makes more sense when we think about the past. So a little brief detour. In 1843, long before the term artificial intelligence, a brilliant young mathematician working with Charles Babbage named Ida Lovelace recognized the opportunity for the first computer program. Did you all know this? It's an Ada, quote, the analytical engine that she developed, very, very novel at the time. The analytical engine has no pretensions whatever to originate anything. It can do whatever we know how to order it to perform. If you extrapolate what she's saying there, she's foreseen artificial intelligence in 1843. So what's important about that to today is how we are going to influence digital intelligence going forward, and that being tech savvy, how that benefits the boardroom. Governance is strategic. I can guarantee you that. After I've done over 1,000 board evaluations, I'm in companies weekly, and before 2010, boards were less savvy. But that was because as an environment, we didn't demand enough. It wasn't individuals' fault. It was collectively. We didn't expect enough. So today, what I'd suggest is expect a lot. Expect a lot from engaging actively, thinking expansively, as you learned today, and connecting deeply with one another to drive change beneficially for all stakeholders in our world. And so thank you for being here. Thank you for your commitment to excellence. And with that, I will welcome Julia to the stage. Thank you.